YouTube. I have had the luxury of seeing a movie that I have been waiting on for what feels like forever, which is Deadpool and Wolverine. And let's talk about it. I am Dreadlock Samurai, and today we will be reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine. And this will be a spoiler free review, and it's going to be hard to review this without spoiling it, but I am going to do my best because I feel like y'all deserve to be shocked, amazed, happy, sad, and feel all the emotions that this roller coaster of a movie is going to take you on. So let's get into it. First, I want to say, whoever was behind picking that song for the opening fight, my hat is off to you. That song, mixed with that level of gratuitous violence, is amazing. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, I'm doing my best not to bust out dancing to that opening. That shit was phenomenal. Woo! So, to those who know Deadpool, we know what to expect from Ryan Reynolds. We know what to expect from the Deadpool character, and even with knowing what to expect, he still delivered. Like, the comedy, 10 out of a 10. The acting, 10 out of a 10. But what made this movie epic to me was Wolverine. Like, we see Wolverine unhinged, but we ain't seen Wolverine this level of unhinged. He was intense. He was fucked up. He was chaotic all throughout this movie, and that one thing is what took this shit over the top. And the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman was amazing. Like, it was amazing. And I have to say that I really hope that they get to work together again, like in Secret Wars or some shit like that. But if they are in the movie together, it has to be rated R. It cannot be a PG movie. Because even the jokes in here were so outrageous you couldn't imagine them in the MCU at all. And that was a key part of the movie. Like, that was a key part of the jokes. The shit that was said, the shit that was discussed, the jokes, the action. It was amazing. Like, it was amazing. The soundtrack was amazing. Kicking ass to love songs. Like, when the music hit in, like, all these scenes, they were not love scenes. They were scenes with a shit ton of gratuitous violence, and that in itself is amazing. Like, I fucking loved it. I loved this movie. I loved everything about this movie. I love what they did with the movies. Now, one thing I'm gonna say, this movie to me is everything that the multiverse of madness should have been. Like, with the cameos and how they did the cameos. First of all, I want to say that the cameos were fucking epic. If you're gonna do a multiverse, you do a multiverse with cameos like this. Like, the multiverse of madness only scratched the surface of what you can do with cameos, but the way Deadpool delivered with the cameos that they had is how you deliver cameos. It's how you deliver cameos. And I was so I was caught off guard by a lot of the cameos. But one cameo in particular touched my heart, and I'm going to do a spoiler review in a couple days. But right now, I don't want to spoil it for the people who haven't seen it or haven't, got the chance to see it because it comes out. Well, I guess it came out today, but whatever. A lot of people haven't seen it yet. A lot of people have, but I don't want to spoil it for the people that haven't. The fight choreography is insane. It is insane and it is unhinged. If you have small children, I do not recommend taking them to see this movie. It was a couple parts in the movie, and I was just like, this might be a little too much this might be a little too much for even me. And I'm used to gratuitous violence, like between gaming and all the things I watch on TV. It still was a lot. So this is not even the jokes. This is a movie that is not for kids. Like, don't take your children. I mean, if you are that type of parent, do it. But this movie is a lot. And like, I got a 13-year old, my daughter, that wants to see this movie, and I'm kind of second guessing whether I want to take her to see this or not because it is a lot. But it is also one of the best superhero movies I've seen. It was the best use of multiverse. It was the best use of the TVA and everything that came with Loki. Like, everything about this movie and the MCU. This is the MCU making its way back to the top. And Deadpool, like he said it in the trailers, he said it in the movie, he is Marvel's Jesus. He is the MCU Jesus. And this movie proves that he is every bit of that. I don't understand how this movie got a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm confused at that. But, you know, maybe it's not your cup of tea, or maybe it wasn't too deep for you, but it was a deep fucking movie. It was dope. It was amazing. The cameos were sick, like all of them. Seeing Wolverine unhinged, the fight choreography was out of control. The fight choreography was unhinged too. Like, this is an unhinged movie. There's a lot of sad parts, a lot of depressing parts. This movie is unhinged, but it is a roller coaster, and it's going to take you through a range of emotions. So, Deadpool and Wolverine, if you haven't seen it, go see it. This is a movie you see in the theater. You do not wait for it to come to streaming. This is a movie you see in the theater. And the one thing I hate that I did not get to do is get a fucking Deadpool popcorn bucket head thing. When I ordered mine, they had just soda. And that is my one regret. I couldn't wait to put that popcorn bucket in my streaming setup and my recording setup. But 10 out of a 10 movie, go see it. I am Dreadlock Samurai, and this has been my review on Deadpool and Wolverine. Peace.